Wichita Lake neighborhoods. Find out what we got to say on this video. I'm going to kind of do a screen share in a second, kind of show you just which neighborhoods have boatable lakes. Not necessarily all the lakes, but just a good amount of them in Wichita, just to give you an idea of like what's possible here. So before we get into all that, please like, comment, subscribe, share, depending on which platform you're watching this on, and all that good fun stuff that helps grow the channel and keeps us going. And without further ado, we'll just get right into screen sharing and showing you Wichita Lake living neighborhoods. So if you go to my website, wichitahomehero.com, let's go to the front, sorry. So right from the front page, you're going to see communities here. And if you know the communities that you want to live in, like the moorings or like Ridgeport's a common one. Where'd Ridgeport go? Just had it up. Ridgeport's a common one. That's a boatable lake. You can click right on here and it'll give you just the Ridgeport area. So if you look at like this part of Wichita, like this lake is a boatable lake with beaches and whatnot. You can see how many of these houses are like right on the water. But then some of these, even the ones back here that aren't on the water, you still have access to put your boat in here and boat this lake. So that's an idea of like what I mean by, boatable lakes and neighborhoods, because there's also one here called Pier 51. It's also a boatable lake. Not a whole lot of houses on it, but these houses are usually like $1 million plus, gated community. It's just one little row of this boatable area right here. So you have that option. But let me go ahead and scroll out to a bigger option of Wichita and give you kind of an idea what we have going on here. Now, most of these are going to be on the west side because part of this is the high elevation of Wichita runs about through the east side right through here. And if you look at the way the river, the Arkansas River runs through the middle of Wichita here and then down over this way, this is the low part of the elevation of Wichita, which because of the water table, this is where lake properties are allowed because of the water table, and you can't really do lakes over here because the elevation is too high. So that gives you an idea of why the lakes are where they are. So first off, we'll start down south here. There's kind of this little lake down here. You can put a boat on it, but it's just like a paddle boat or a fishing boat, not like a wake boat or anything like that. So there's this one little pocket neighborhood back through here. This is Brightwater Bay. It's a private lake that you can rent to use. You can't live on it necessarily, but you can go boat out there, rent boats, things like that, have events, that kind of thing. And then this is a private lake here. But that's what you got down south. There's a few other bodies of water down here, but they're not really boatable or really usable other than like fishing type of thing. But then most of the boatable lake neighborhoods are going to be in the northwest side of town. As you can kind of see these darker bodies of water up here, most possible. So one of the original ones is Barefoot Bay. It's one of the first boatable lakes in Wichita. So this Crystal Waters over here, this is a private lake. That one's not boatable. But Barefoot Bay is boatable, and it's just this one little pocket back through here. You can boat through here or through here on it all. There's about 40 houses there, and usually these are anywhere from 500, maybe at the very lowest. More likely though, these are going to be 750 to $1 million plus for any of these houses. But they do have beaches, they do have really nice estates, fairly large houses. Some of them are updated, some of them are a little older, but gives you an idea of one of the boatable lake neighborhoods is Barefoot Bay. Then you also have Ridgeport, which is a little bit of a newer boatable lake. That's the one I was referring to earlier. All of these houses through here in this neighborhood have access to this lake. Some of them live right on it with the beach. Other ones just have access to the boat. So Ridgeport is another one. Pier 51 is right through here. There's a group of about 20 or so houses here. These are all $1 million plus mansions on here, with this lake being boatable with the gated community. Let's see. And then some of the newer, more popular ones is Emerald Bay. This is one of the more recent developed ones. I think this is a 60-acre lake. And then they just recently opened up this phase of Emerald Bay, which is a 40-acre lake. And I'm not sure if you can tell. Yeah, so they do have it in there in satellite image where they connected these two lakes. So you can boat through this little waterway here. and you can boat out in these areas, or you can boat through this area too as well. So this is there's a few houses built right along here. This is such a new area that obviously satellite image isn't quite all in there, but they do plan to build all the way around this lake. So that's Emerald Bay area that we can set up GPS for. I'm sorry, set up geofence for, so that it just sends you houses from that area. But then this is Sandcrest. So this is also a very new development. I don't believe there are any lots left in here. There might be a few, but this is all a very new development as well. So I'm kind of surprised that it has all these images on satellite being so new. But this is also a boatable lake with a lot of new construction houses. I want to say the oldest house over here is 2, maybe 3 years old in Sandcrest. So this is Sandcrest. To give you an idea, if you zoom in, you can kind of see how they dug out some of this to build more houses around here, but this is all boatable. This is all boatable. You got a clubhouse with the pool and a pickleball court here. That's all part of the amenities. You can actually pull your boat right up there, get off, play around over there, and then boat over to your house or wherever you need to go. So that's another boatable lake neighborhood, is Sandcrest, right by Barefoot Bay. And then there's a few new ones coming in up here. And really what these are, they are sand pits. They got turned into lakes, being dug out more. So Mystic Lakes is another one that's up here. It's about 15 houses, and this is more of like a ski lake for slalom skiing and for jumping. So when you do the ski jumping, there's a ramp down in the middle here. I think you might be able to see it. No, maybe not. They don't have it in the water in this picture, but they do have one of those ramps that they can put in the water there to do the jumps, like this little clubhouse thing right there. But that's more of like a ski lake for that little neighborhood. But then right here, this is a new development that hasn't even really started. It's called the Cove. So they have dug out this lake even more. And this was Emerald Springs. That was a development that started, but then never fully got finished. And they have plans to develop this entire neighborhood over here along what's called the Coves as an area. And there's a few more coming in, but they haven't really fully been released as far as lake neighborhoods. But if you look at the bodies of water over here too, you can see how much more area is able to be developed into more lake neighborhoods that's possible over here. And then last but not least is the moorings, which this one's been around for a while. This one is a pontoon boatable lake. So you can't necessarily have a giant wake with this area, but you do have a lot of pontoon boats, paddle boats over here. They have a beach area over here you can troll over to. And this is a lot more of a style with like the concrete walls that's backing up to the house, and you have kind of like waterways you can drive through on here. And these houses are going to go anywhere from 400,000 at the lowest all the way up to $1 million, like this guy that built out this massive just structure over here. And then they're still putting in some new builds along this side of things too. And I do believe you can boat out of here and over through here. But then these are all still new build houses they're putting in over here. So mooring's been around for a little while, but like some of these are $1 million houses, million plus. So mooring's been around for a while, just like Barefoot Bay. Those are two of the original lake neighborhoods, but then there's some newer ones that are coming up. Harbor Isle is not like a, you can do like a paddle boat type of setup over here, but not really like a boat with the big wake. It's just how the different covenants of these neighborhoods are set up of what's allowed and what's not. So that gives you an idea of some of the lake living neighborhoods in Wichita, of what's possible over there. If you'd like to get more detailed consulting, like to get any searches set up, go ahead and just hit up myself or my team through our website, and we'll get you set up with those and help consult with those, whether you're from Wichita or looking to move to Wichita. Either way, we're happy to help and get the conversation going. But appreciate you watching as always. Hopefully this has helped you learn a little bit more about Wichita real estate and the local community. And hopefully talk to you soon. See ya.